Teams got better. I don't see a 60-win season, but they're going to be up there. Philadelphia 76ers will be fun to watch as well. Just the size and the length, and just going to be hard to score on. They got Josh Richardson from Miami. Just a really solid three-point shooter. And I'm eager to see how far this team goes, because it's gonna be between them and the Bucks who come out the East. The Indiana Pacers, as I mentioned, Nate McMillan did a wonderful job last year without Oladipo to that quad injury. Once he comes back, how is that Brogdon and Oladipo connections going to work? They did lose Bogdanović to the Jazz, but they still got Miles Turner, Domantas Sabonis. They got a fun team in Indiana. I think they're going to be an excellent team to watch. And then my Orlando Magic. I'm telling you, this team is very fun to watch because of lengthwise. Their forwards' wingspan is ridiculous. And Jonathan Isaac, if you don't watch Magic games for anything else, at least watch that guy. That guy is Stretch Armstrong as a basketball player. Deflections everywhere. Even in the preseason game, Joel Embiid was coming to the hole. He ain't scared of being on no poster. Blocked him. Beautiful. Did again. Last year, they did the Red Dead Redemption. Wasted. When he blocked him the first time. And that was the game on the line to try to, for them to go ahead and take the lead, from what I remember. Jonathan Isaac is a fun player to watch. The growth of Markelle Fultz, see how he goes. I know the story has been going around. A lot of eyes is on the match because of Markelle Fultz, see where he's going to take off. Could he take Augustine's spot? Augustine is encouraging him. He's encouraging him to take his spot. You can't get a better teammate than DJ Augustine. He's rooting for this guy. I want him to take my spot. So I recognize this guy put it all together. He's a future. There's a lot of ifs with Markelle Fultz. I get it. There's a lot of ifs. But if he puts it together with that size and that athleticism, Orlando find their point guard of the future. We can do hypotheticals all day. But just his comeback story alone is one reason you watch Orlando. Maybe AG progression, Mo Bamba progression, Terrence Ross getting hot at any minute. I mean, I like watching Vooch play. Not a lot of people don't. But, just a fundamentally sound big man. So I think Orlando is definitely a fun team to watch on the league pass, must watch teams. Players to watch. I'm gonna go with Trae Young. You know how bad I want this guy in the Magic? You know how mad I was that the Atlanta Hawks drafted this guy? Selfish of me, man. I wanted this guy in freaking February when I just watching a little bit of college basketball. That's the guy I wanted. And it shows. Not only he came in and surprised people after that disappointing summer league show the first year in his league, he is passing the ball with amazing court vision. It's a deep threat. And just a magician with the ball. Hell of a player to watch. Ben Simmons. It's another one. Jonathan Isaac. It's another one. I kind of go off on them a little bit. Bam Adebayo in Miami. This is why they felt that Hassan Whiteside was expendable. They traded him to Portland. They believe in this guy. what he's going to bring to the table. Great defender, great pick and roll player, and just fastly just growing into a fantastic basketball player. Heat fans got the right to be excited with this kid. Kid's a nice asset to their team. And then Pascal Siakam. You play with a Hall of Famer already in Kawhi Leonard. Now I want to see what you take from him. What did you learn from him? You got to pick this man's brain for a year. Now the rings is yours, young man. Let's see how you do it. The teams I mentioned above: Philadelphia, Milwaukee, Toronto, Boston, Orlando, Miami, Indiana, Brooklyn, are the 8 teams that will make the playoffs in the East. No particular order. Now, as I mentioned, who is the class of the East? That will be your Eastern Conference Finals. Milwaukee Bucks and the Philadelphia 76ers will represent your East in the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm going to take a little bit of a break. And while I take this break, ladies and gentlemen, I got the Hardwood Nation, CL Anthony, give some of his thoughts about the whole LeBron and China, the parity of the league that we are transitioning to this year, and then some of the teams that he's looking forward to see and everything like that. So, listen to his thoughts, and I should return after he discuss with y'all. I should return.
All right, fam, it's your boy CL, and here we go. The LeBron James / China situation was the biggest story / non-story that I've seen in NBA in years, and it's layered in a way to where there's no right or wrong answer. Was Daryl Morey within his right to send out a tweet supporting democracy for Hong Kong? Absolutely he was. Was it within the right of the Chinese government to be upset by such a tweet? The truth is they were, but here's where there's shades of gray. Only after a meeting with the NBA commissioner is when LeBron James decided to speak out, which caused a firestorm across every media outlet. As with the other mentioned parties above, was James within his right to speak? Of course he was, but there was a certain lack of depth and understanding on his part, not Daryl Morey's. LeBron was truly the party that was misinformed, not Daryl Morey. When asked to speak on the matter, James could have simply gone the route of James Harden and Russell Westbrook. Basketball questions only. How could any reasonable party be upset with that answer? During his career, LeBron James has spoken out on certain issues, but there has been times when he's come across as disingenuous, pompous, and a bit selfish. Does he really care about the plight of the citizens of Hong Kong, or is he truly worried about his bottom line when it comes to having good relations with China? Parity in the NBA is akin to a false prophet. Superstars win championships, and wherever the superstars land, the championships will follow. Yes, Toronto won last season's NBA title, but they had perhaps the best player in the league and also faced a battered, tired, and heavily injured Warriors team. Now said player, Kawhi, is a member of the Los Angeles Clippers, alongside of Paul George and a few other good pieces. Ironically, they share the same building with the King and the once and future King and Anthony Davis. And that's where the falsehood of parity resides. Think of this, if you will. Is it really parity when superstars deliver an NBA title, or when a team akin to the 2005 Detroit Pistons defeat the juggernaut of superstars that was the Los Angeles Lakers? Alright, so here go my 5 league pass teams to watch this season. You have the Miami Heat, the New Orleans Pelicans, the Dallas Mavericks, the Portland Trail Blazers, and the Los Angeles Lakers. And when it comes to my favorite team, the Miami Heat, each of the last 3 seasons, the Heat have been tweeners. They've been close to playoff contention or barely making it in. Injuries have taken a huge toll on the Heat since the departure of LeBron James, as they have the most games missed by players in that span, but this season there may be light. The addition of Jimmy Butler is solid, as he defines what a Miami Heat player has been and will continue to be. Last season, we saw the growth of Justice Winslow, as he took over the point guard role for the injured Goran Dragic. Having Winslow and Dragic split point guard duties brings a ton of versatility to the Heat backcourt, as well as having 2 nice chips for a potential mid-season trade to get even better. With the subtraction of Hassan Whiteside, the Heat actually are more mobile defensively when it comes to the paint. With his absence, the team will adapt a team rebounding mentality, similar to the one that the team used during the era of the Big Three of LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. With the player movement that we saw during this past offseason, the door is wide open in the Eastern Conference. I predict that the Heat will be able to host a first-round playoff series by grabbing the 4th seed. Here's my Eastern Conference playoff picks: Milwaukee, Philadelphia, Indiana, Miami, Toronto, Brooklyn, Orlando, and Detroit. And as for the Western Conference, we have the Clippers, the Rockets, the Lakers, the Blazers, the Nuggets, the Jazz, the Spurs, and the Mavericks. All right, fam, it's your boy CL. I'll holler at y'all later.
Thank you, CL, for your thoughts of the upcoming season. Make sure y'all follow that guy at the Hardwood Nation. He always does fantastic work, man. So when I always get CL on the show, it'd be great. I was trying to get him on the show, but we had conflicting schedules, So, but nonetheless, he wanted to say his piece, and I'm always up for letting CL speak his mind on anything basketball related. So he's a student of the game and lover of the game, so I know he's just as excited as I am for, NBA basketball. So let's keep this thing going, ladies and gentlemen. We will go ahead and cover the West. So I'm going to go ahead and start in the Western Conference and give you their storylines. In my opinion, what I think the storylines come out the West. First storyline is LeBron James and Anthony Davis are one of the better front court duos, but their bench and depth is a concern. The Battle of LA includes the Clippers' new stars, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, with some superior depth, but can their stars stay healthy? As you know, Paul George is not going to start the season. He is dealing with a shoulder injury, so he is going to be out indefinitely until he gets cleared to play. They have put a time frame on it, but I just blanking on me whenever he's going to try to come back. But nonetheless, Kawhi Leonard has been said that he is not on the minutes restriction for the beginning of the season. The game tonight, which they happen to play, the Lakers. So the Battle of LA is starting tonight in the Staples Center. So, but yeah, Kawhi Leonard's not on the minutes restriction, so he will be able to play tonight. The Golden State Warriors lost a lot of star power in free agency and to injuries. So no KD, no DeMarcus Cousins, no Klay Thompson due to injury. And then I just saw that story. Steve Kerr just affirmed that Klay Thompson is unlikely to play this season. So you wonder how Steph Curry will respond, knowing that it's just him, Draymond Green, and D'Angelo Russell going for this whole season as their sidekicks. So I got in a discussion with a Twitter follower last night about Steph Curry's Hall of Fame potential to being in the Hall of Fame, and I say he's first ballot, and the individual who I had a discussion with felt like he's not Hall of Fame talent yet. But we both came to the conclusion that this would be a telling season for Steph Curry because of, now you don't have KD and Klay to fall back on for spacing. But I've been an advocate saying how, Steph Curry is still a lethal threat, and he forces defenses out to him 35 feet.